morning and Happy New Year from CSAC. I'm Cate, CSAC's Executive Director, and today I'm just going to talk a little bit about the governor's budget released last week, as well as a discussion of what to expect in the coming legislative year. The governor's budget overall we think was good. We especially like the fact that he's agreed to pay down some of the wall of debt, as he calls it. He's agreed to take on some public safety challenges that we've been concerned on. He has agreed to put some money in a rainy day fund, which we think is appropriate, and has agreed to take a look at additional funding for programs that have been taking cuts for some time during the recent recession. As you may or may not know, CSAC really begins its budgetary work in the fall and winter. We've been working November, December especially with the governor and his staff on what we were hoping he might put in his budget. Well, we had several good results. Number one, for the first time in over 20 years, the governor's budget is going to include a promise to begin repaying our old debt that the state incurred as a result of mandates. Now, we have a 3-year agreement with the state, or the legislature and the governor have a 3-year agreement that ends next year. And so the governor has proposed in his budget to begin repaying counties over $900 million in the 15-16 budget alone for some of these unfunded mandates. So that's very good progress. Now, could it be better? Of course. And so we'll be keeping a close look on the state's finances. And if revenues continue to improve, then we'll be going forward and asking that the governor and the legislature begin repaying those mandates this year, this coming budget year, as opposed to next year. So that's first. Second, in the area of public safety, we've been meeting with the governor and his senior advisors over the last 3 months in particular concerning public safety realignment and its impact on counties. We've seen some good results again in the governor's budget. Number one, he is proposing an additional $500 million in jail and other detention facility upgrades. Again, we'd like to see that be a little bit more, but it's an excellent start. He's agreed to cap jail sentences at 10 years. So as you may or may not know, some counties have, including LA, have inmates for 20-year sentences. Obviously, jail is no place to have an inmate serve those kind of sentences. So he's proposing to cap those terms at 10 years. He is also proposing about $187 million in general fund allocation to probation departments to continue to invest in evidence-based programs to bring crime down. All those very positive starts. And we'll continue to work with the administration and the legislature as the budget year moves along. We're also pleased to report that in the repayment of the wall of debt, there's a significant amount of money that will go directly to counties and cities for county roads and city streets. $100 million in total. We think that's a good start. Some funding from cap and trade has been allocated for the greenhouse gas programs in local governments. Now, we would like to see those directly allocated to county control. But at this point, it's a little broader than that, so we'll continue to work on those issues. But overall, very responsible budget, very good budget start for counties, and again, we'll be working with the administration and the legislature to try to make it even better by the time it finalizes this summer. So expect more updates from me. CSAC is working on our own strategic plan to try to improve communication and member services with not only these kind of podcasts and videos, but also other written materials you can utilize. The legislative team is going to be working to even more aggressively support counties in the legislature, so we'll be calling on senior county officials to help us in the Capitol and in DC. We will also be working very hard on supporting the CSAC Institute. If you've never been to a CSAC Institute class, fantastic way to learn really cutting-edge information about what's happening in county government administration and also in state and federal government, including issues that impact counties. And finally, here at CSAC, we're striving every day to do things a little bit better to represent you, our members. So with that, I'll sign off. Thank you, and we'll talk to you again soon.